Hello, Matthew. Yeah, look, I'm really proud of the team's performance over both legs. Again, we set ourselves up with a good result in Costa Rica. We knew tonight's match would be very difficult. Both teams are obviously missing some players. I think they probably, had some bad breaks go against them in terms of injuries, COVID, and some travel issues. So they still put a group on the field that was very hard to break down, especially in the first half. We talked about being very close on a lot of plays. We were pretty good with our possession. I was happy with how we defended in the first half, but we were just whether it was them making a good play in front of goal or us rushing maybe our final pass. We just need a little more composure. Obviously started the second half good, got the goal, and then got on a little bit of a roll. So full credit to the players for their commitment in this competition. Obviously, we've talked a lot about surviving and advancing, regardless of how many people and players, good players, we're missing right now. We got through with the victory. We move on now to face a very good Atlanta team, and obviously, we thank the fans for tonight too. It was incredible to have them with us. I know there was only about 5,000 or so here, but they made a big difference for us, pushed our players on. And again, I think the product on the field, I think, is something that they can be very proud of. Our first Champions League, success and moving on in a very difficult competition into the final eight now. So big challenge ahead of us. We won't get ahead of ourselves. Obviously, this is a competition that's been dominated by Liga MX in Mexico. So, it's good to see though the success of the MLS teams, and it shows that we're inching forward. We're not, here to say that we're taking huge steps, but we're getting closer and improving each and every year.
Thank you, Jim. Jim, how good was Jamiro tonight?
Amazing. So look, Jamiro, we've had good discussions. I know Jamiro's talent. Jamiro knows how good he is. Our players know it. Our staff knows it. And when Jamiro is at his max, he's not defendable. You can't stop him. So even a couple of the players of Saprissa after the match, that was the first name that they all spoke about. A couple old friends are on that team, so they came up and instantly talked about Montero. So. It's no secret how good this guy is and how talented Jamiro is. And look, if I'm doing my job and Jamiro does his part this year, he can play anywhere. He has that much ability. He's that special. I know tonight was an example of that. When you look at not just the special offensive plays he made on the through balls and getting goals and creating chances, but his work rate defensively, that's in him. So again, whether you play him at the 10, whether you play him at the 8, he can play the 6. He's so versatile. He's an incredible player. And again, we're lucky to have him here in Philadelphia. And we want to bring the best out of him. I know he wants to win more trophies here. But look, his talent is he can play at the highest level anywhere in the world.
Jim, coming off the end of that game last week, we talked a lot about emotions and not letting that take a hold of you guys in front of fans. It seemed like the team did a good job of focusing on the task at hand. Were you happy with the way that they handled the emotional side of the game tonight?
Yeah, look, there's games within every game, right? So you have a team that is a little desperate in Saprissa, that they're coming off of a tough result on the weekend. They're a little bit undermanned, but they're still going to give their best punch. They're champions for a reason. So there's no easy games in this competition. There's no easy games at all in soccer. So, was I a little nervous when I saw their formation come out? And this is just how soccer always works out. Just how close Kai was to him during the course of the 90 minutes, and then the amount of collisions and duels that they had. You're going, okay, be disciplined, Kai, be disciplined, and he was, to his credit, the entire game. So. Again, the player, he made a bad tackle in the game, which happens. We've had bad tackles. We've moved on from it, but I was proud of the team's discipline throughout the 90 minutes. Obviously, the fans let their voices heard every time he touched the ball. So again, this is part of sports. But overall, there's no ill will or animosity towards them. It's part of the game. And I was happy with how our players showed real professionalism and took care of business like I said, with the games within the game and being smart that way.